Hello children, I am Swapna Anil. Okay, so today I will take class 10th history and the chapter is nationalism in India. In the last class I had completed up to Satyagraha. Yes, so today let's move to Rowlatt Act. Okay, so Rowlatt Act was passed by the Imperial Legislative Council, that is British Council. Okay, in this council Indians were also there as members, and all the Indian members unified and opposed their law. But then also Imperial Legislative Council passed the Rowlatt Act. Okay, this Rowlatt Act was passed on 1919 March, and now because of this act government got a lot of powers. That is, you can arrest anybody without the warrant, then you can detain that person without trial. That is, there will be no chance to prove your innocence and you will get punishment. So basically British government got enormous power because they were afraid of Gandhiji Satyagraha. Okay, so as you know, Newton's law, every action has an opposite reaction. Yes, so the action when came from Britishers side, the Gandhiji also gave a reaction. Gandhiji said that one strike should be done on 6th April 1919, where all the shops should be closed. That is, but the strike would be done peacefully, not at all cooperate with Britishers. Okay, so this was our form of reaction, what Britishers did. Okay, Britishers action, and this was the reaction of us. Okay, so now because of this reaction British government become more threatened. Okay, now what happened? General Tyre was a person of British government. Now this General Tyre implied martial laws in Amritsar, but everyone was not aware of this, that martial law was enforced. Now dear, martial law. Okay, so first what is martial law? Actually what is martial law? So martial law means किसी एक region में powers army के हाथ में आ जाना. Okay, and this happens when police force is not able to control the situation. Okay, so this is martial law. Okay, Rowlatt Act was continuing. Then what happened? All of a sudden in 13th April Jallianwala Bagh incident took place. Okay, so that is on 13th April 1919 people were celebrating Baisakhi in Jallianwala Bagh very peacefully. Not only from Amritsar, people were from many different places were there, and everybody was enjoying and everything was peaceful. At that time, General Tyre, with the intention that he would instill moral conduct as how dare were these Indians to do the strike, and he reached to Jallianwala Bagh and closed all the exit point of that area and commanded his firemen to start shooting. Okay, it is sad. And the wall of Jallianwala Bagh was very high. So what he did, he gave the chance to the people that if you want to go, you can go. But how can they go? Many people tried also, but it was not possible. And hundreds of innocent people celebrating Baisakhi were killed in this incident. Okay, now again every action has an opposite reaction, and the people were more angry now. Now one question, that is, when did brutal Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place? This question is important. Okay, when did brutal Jallianwala Bagh massacre take place? So the answer is 13th April 1919. Okay, now aftermath of Jallianwala Bagh. As you know, people were very angry. They started strikes, clashes with the police, and attacks on government buildings. Now again reaction from Britishers. As our people were in violence, they responded with a brutal repression. Okay, repression means Protestant. Okay, that is, they used to make them to rub their nose on the ground, make them to crawl. In this way they used to insult the Protestants, and in this way they started repression with them. And due to this, that is, seeing violence spreading everywhere, Gandhiji called off the movement. That is, he understood that a very big movement has to be introduced for this. Now the thing is how to do this nationwide movement, as in India already there was a conflict between Hindu and Muslim. that is internal conflict, then how we will fight with the outside enemies. Okay, so as Gandhiji was thinking about this, he came to know that a Muslim League was going on, that is Khilafat movement. Now, what is this Khilafat movement? So, Khilafat movement was of Ottoman Empire. First World War was finished, and aftermath of First World War, a peace treaty was imposed on Ottoman Empire, where the Khilafat, that is the Islamic head, was bother, and due to which worldwide Muslim had a problem. And in India, by giving importance to this issue, Khilafat movement started, and the two prominent persons were Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. Okay, and they were discussing with Gandhiji how to make this movement successful. At the same time, Gandhiji got an idea that why can't we launch a movement with both these movements, that is independence of India, that is Swaraj, and Khilafat issue. Clear? I hope everybody clear. Now comes non-cooperation movement. Okay, so non-cooperation movement, before starting, a question, that is, who was the writer of the book Hind Swaraj? Who was the writer of the book Hind Swaraj? Okay, so the writer of the book Hind Swaraj is Mahatma Gandhi. This may be one mark question. Okay, so Gandhiji discussed about this issue in his book Hind Swaraj. He said that if Indians would have not been cooperated with Britishers, then there would be no rule of Britishers. है ना? So the stepping stone for our independence was to stop cooperating Britishers, and that is the reason he gave the name of the movement as non-cooperation movement. Now Gandhiji divided this movement into stages. He said the first thing, that is, the title which are awarded for us, we will boycott or surrender that title. Okay, for this unjust government we will not do any work, that is we will boycott everything, civil service, army, police, courts, schools and foreign goods, etc. everything we will boycott. Okay, now Gandhiji said all these, but Congress was in doubt about this movement. Okay, Congress thought that the election scheduled on November 1920, that is they have to boycott this election, and Congress don't want this to be happen, that is to boycott this election. Okay, second concern was that they thought that non-cooperation movement might turn to violence and our course will get hurt. And finally one deal was negotiated, and in December 1920 non-cooperation movement was adapted, and in this Shaukat Ali helped Gandhiji. He went to different parts of India to gather everyone. Okay, clear this much? Now the topic is different strands within the movement. Okay, different strands within the movement. So now in cities the middle class population was there. Okay, middle class population, that is they participated nicely in non-cooperation movement. And who were there? They are students, teachers, lawyers. Okay, so students said that we won't go to public schools and colleges because these colleges and schools were established by British government. So they said that they won't go to these schools. Okay, teachers also stands for the same. Next is we were planning to boycott council election also. Congress was looking and waiting for this election only. Okay, but Gandhiji said that as non-cooperation movement started, we won't cooperate with them. So in council election also there was no participation. Only at one place their participation was, that is in Chennai. Okay, at that time it was Madras. Now comes what, boycott of foreign goods and liquor shop were picketed. So now comes what is boycott and what is picketed. Okay, boycott means that is whatever things may be, okay, we will not use that thing, that is boycott. Gandhiji said to non-corporate, and people agreed with this, that we are boycotting foreign goods and even foreign clothes also. And also liquor shop were also picketed. Liquor shop were also picketed. Picketed means what? It is a form of demonstration or a protest, okay, by which people block the entrance of the shop or factory or the office. Okay, that means that is picketed. Okay, so liquor shop were also picketed, that is people were showing their protest for everything. Clear? Now in a peaceful manner, but they were still protesting against the British. And council election were boycotted, as I already told you. Merchant also refused. They told that we would not supply our goods. In this way, middle class population, that is, they took forward the non-cooperation movement under the leadership of Gandhiji. Huh? Yes, all of you clear, I hope. And boycott, and the meaning of picketing also it is clear. Boycott means to stop buying or using the goods and services of a certain company or a country as a protest. And picketed means it is a protest by which people block the entrance to a shop, factory or office. Clear? Now British's economic front also got affected as foreign goods were boycotted and the import of foreign clothes became half in 1921 and 22. Okay, people started using khadi, which is made in India, but in cities this movement was little bit slow because of some reasons. Okay, and what was that? That is, khadi was expensive. That is the drawbacks we can say. Okay, the khadi was expensive in comparison to foreign clothes, and poor people was unable to boycott foreign clothes for a long time. And to make the movement successful, alternative Indian institutions were needed, but very few Indian institutions were present. So after some time, Indian students and teachers again went back to British institutions. Now rebellion in countryside, that is what is happening in the countryside. Let us see that. Okay. Now in the countryside, that is, for this we can divide the answer into two parts, that is peasants and tribals. Okay, peasants and tribals. Now when the wind of non-cooperation movement reached to countryside, now countryside is, that is the boundary of any city or town. Okay, then the people interpret this with a different way. Okay, now let us talk actually what is going on there. Okay, so first comes peasants, that is farmers. Okay, now what was the problem for them was that this movement is against talukdars and landlords. Okay, so they charged high rent and different types of rent, like beggar. Beggar means some peasants has to beg, that is they had to work by force without payment. Okay, that is beggar here. Okay, and what was their demand? That reduction of revenue, abolition of beggar, redistribution of land, boycott of land. Okay, these are their demands, and they protest for this, that is no service were provided to landlord. They protested for this. Talukdars and bazaars, that is market were looted, talukdar and landlord were attacked. So these all happened in Awadh, and in Awadh Baba Ramchand was the leader of peasants. Okay, in October 1920, Jawaharlal Nehru, Baba Ramchand along with some other people formed an Oath Kisan Sabha. Okay, so this is all about peasants. Now comes tribal people. Tribal people means, if you understand tribal people, what is it? That is Adivasis. Okay, and the problem was that how tribal people are affected by British government. Now most tribal people were dependent on forest for their needs. Britishers, what they did, Britishers closed large forest area for the tribal people. They forced them to build roads, beggar, that is prevented them from entering forest and grazing cattle or collecting fruits and fuel wood. Okay, this is that tribal people what they faced. Okay, clear? Now comes guerrilla war. Okay, guerrilla war started in Kudam Hill, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so bachas, this guerrilla war, don't think that it is related to gorilla. Okay, so this guerrilla war means it is a small group which is not a part of official army or fight. Okay, it is not related to gorilla, again I am saying. Okay, and this war led by Alluri Sitaram Raju. Okay, Alluri Sitaram Raju. This guerrilla war was led by Alluri Sitaram Raju. Okay, and this Alluri Sitaram Raju, he is a big fan of Mahatma Gandhi and was inspired by this non-cooperation movement. Okay, so he persuaded people to wear khadi and give up drinking alcohol. He taught that violence must be used to liberate India, because he believed that to make India independent, physical force is needed, that is war, not non-violence. Okay, so Gudin rebels attacked police station and killed British officials for Swaraj. They continued this guerrilla war. That is for Swaraj only. Okay, and in 1924, Raju was caught and he was killed. So he became a great hero there. Okay, then comes plantation workers of Assam. A large area where crops are grown, and as per the area, that is plantation. Okay, what is plantation means? It is an area where crops are grown, and as the area is very large, many peoples work there and they are known as plantation workers. Okay, so these plantation workers of Assam. Okay, now for plantation workers, freedom means freely moving in. Yes, freely moving in and out the plantation. According to Inland Immigration Act 1959, plantation workers were not allowed to leave the plantation without permission. They were rarely given permission. Okay, and during this non-cooperation movement, 1,000 workers left plantation and headed home. They believed Gandhi Raj was coming and everyone would be given land in their village. So these were the stand of different communities. Okay. Next, in February 1922, in Gorakhpur at Chauri Chaura Bazaar, one peaceful demonstration changed into violent clash, and some policemen were killed. And after hearing this, Gandhiji stopped non-cooperation movement. Now, non-cooperation movement was stopped. Some leaders of Congress were tired of by this mass struggle. So they want to take part in Provincial Council of Election, which was formed on by Government of India Act in 1919. Okay, so they believe that with this they can oppose the British policies in the council and can reform. Okay, reform means बदलाव के लिए वो लोग लड़ पाएंगे. Okay, now C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed the Swaraj Party so that they can go back to council politics. And in late 1920s, two things formed the Indian politics. That is worldwide economic depression. Okay, agricultural prices began to fall in 1926 and collapsed after 1930. Okay, and there was a decline means decrease in demand and export, and farmers found it difficult to sell their harvest and to pay their revenue. Okay, then people were in great tension and confused up to 1930. Okay, now what happened after that? British government made a commission. Okay, made a commission where Sir John Simon was the head. Okay, John Simon was the head, and so it is called Simon Commission. Clear? That is Simon Commission. Okay, Britain government, they made a commission where Sir John Simon was the head. So it is called the Simon Commission. Now what is this commission? Commission means a group of official people having the responsibility to control and to find out the things. Okay, commission means a group of official people having the responsibility to control and to find out the things. That is pata karne ki responsibility. Okay, so Simon Commission has given the responsibility to go and see the functioning of the Constitution of India and to suggest the changes. But there was one problem. In the commission, nobody was an Indian, all were Britishers. So when Simon Commission came to India in 1928, okay, when Simon Commission came to India in 1928, then welcome was Go Back Simon. Welcome was Go Back Simon. All the party were standing unitedly against Simon Commission. Because of this, Viceroy Lord Eyre has offered the offers in which India attracts so that nationalist movement stop in India. Okay, like a chocolate given to a crying child. But the Congress leaders were not happy with this and demanded for full independence. So here the child was smart and intelligent, that is, he don't want chocolate, rather they want dinner in 5-star hotel. Okay, it is like that only. So in Jawaharlal Nehru's presidency in December 1929 at Lahore Congress session, Purna Swaraj was demanded, and on 26th January 1930 was celebrated as Independence Day. Here people took pledge to fight for full independence. Then Gandhiji sent a letter to Viceroy Airman on 31st Jan 1930, that is January, where he kept 11 demands, and in this main demand was, abolishment of salt tax. Okay, this demand was small but very important. In the letter to Viceroy, Gandhiji has given the ultimatum that if the demands were not fulfilled by 11th March, then he will start civil disobedience movement, and this only happens as the demand was not fulfilled. Okay, so then Gandhiji started salt march. Okay, and this on this salt march, in this salt march, Gandhiji was accompanied by 78 of his trusted volunteers in this march with him. Okay, and 240 miles of march, that is, they starts from Sabarmati Ashram and ends on Dandi. To reach their destination, 24 days taken, that is 10 miles a day. Okay, and thousands came to hear Gandhiji wherever he stopped. He told them about Swaraj and non-violence. And on 6th April 1930, he reached Dandi and violated the law by manufacturing salt. Okay, that is पानी को उबाल कर नमक बनाया. And with this salt march, civil disobedience movement started. Okay, now how was this civil disobedience movement different from non-cooperation movement? Now people were now asked not only to refuse cooperation as they had done in 1921 and 22, but also to break colonial rules. Okay, and many people manufactured salt and broke the law by boiling water, and they protest in front of government salt factories. And foreign clothes were boycotted, as I said. Liquor shops were picketed. Okay, peasants refused to pay revenue. Village officials resigned. All these things happened. Okay, forest people violated forest laws by giving into reserved forest to collect wood and graze cattle. Now, how British government reacted against this civil disobedience movement? So, civil disobedience movement started, and this is not a movie that Britishers will sit and watch, isn't it? As the movement was moving forward, British government started and arrest Congress leaders like Abdul Ghaffar Khan, Mahatma Gandhi ji, due to which people became more violent and attacked law courts, municipal buildings, police stations, etc. Now, government also started answering. How? Attacked on satyagrahis, beating children, 1 lakh people arrested. Okay, so with this, Gandhiji stopped the movement again. Okay, I hope clear up till here, all of you. Okay, so for today's class, only this much. Next part of the chapter I will continue in the next class. Okay, thank you so much, beta. God bless you all.